Hey there, it's Denise from LoomaHat.com, and in this video I want to show you how to knit a newborn hat. For a list of supplies and more information, see the description or visit the website. Let's begin with a drawstring cast on. Secure the yarn. Use a simple knot. Zigzag your yarn through every other peg. Knit off every peg with 2 loops. When you're back at peg 1, you'll see that it only has 1 stitch, and so you're going to skip it and then go to peg 2, and we're going to start with 1 row of knit stitches. You're done knitting your cast on. For row 1, you're going to knit 1 and purl 1. Knit 1 right here and purl 1. Repeat until the end of the row. For row 2, now you purl 1, knit 1. Purl 1, and then your next stitch, you're going to knit 1. And I use stitch markers to help me keep up with my pattern. Repeat both rows 1 and 2 13 more times for a total of 28 rows, and your last row will be a knit 1, purl 1. Let's do the cast off. Wrap the working yarn around the loom twice. Cut your working yarn. Skip that first peg and bring the working yarn over to the next one. From the top, scoop up the yarn and you're going to feed it up. Then go back to the peg you skipped, and you're going to feed the yarn from the top down. Repeat this process. You're going to skip a peg, go to the next one with your hook, scoop the yarn up, Then go back to the peg you skipped and feed the yarn from the top down. Do not remove the loop from the first peg until you're done with the cast off. Again, you're going to skip a peg, go to the next one, and scoop the yarn from the bottom up. Return to the peg that you skipped, and you're going to take the yarn from the top down. Tighten your stitch and then take off the previous one. You're now finished with that loop, and we're moving on. So skip a peg right here, go to the next one, from the bottom scoop your yarn up, return to the peg that you skipped, put the yarn on the top of the existing loop and scoop that yarn from the top down. And always remember to tighten so that your stitch is tight and looks nice. This is your cast off, and it's the brim of your hat, so you want it to look really, really nice. Continue the cast off, and remember that the last peg you're going to work is peg number 1 with your hook. Take the working yarn and feed it upward, and then you can remove those loops from your loom, and your cast off is done. It looks neat. Your stitches should look tight, and remember that this is the brim, and that you need to stretch your stitches so that they show up nicely, and then pull that cast on string. This is the crown of your hat, or the top portion, and turn your hat inside out. Now, I did have a clip that was corrupted, and so I can't show you that you need to sew the top in the round with this particular item, but I did do the same technique with another, and so let me show you the basic technique. First, you should have threaded a needle with your working yarn, and then you're going to take that needle and weave it in through the loops of that cast on. And as you're going around, you are tightening that strand of yarn so that the little hole is closing up, and you're continuing to weave that needle in a circular manner, and at the same time tightening the working yarn. And the purpose of this, if you weave in enough of your thread, you will not need to do a knot, because on the top of a baby's hat it's better not to have a knot, because it bothers the baby. So on this project I did do a knot, but you don't need to. Once you've weaved in enough of your working yarn, you can just cut the yarn, and that's it. Take your little hat and you're going to turn it back out with the outside, and you'll see that you have a perfect little crown with no bundles and no knots. Alright, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends.